So here we are. Welcome everyone to our Excel learning that we're going to do. So today we're looking at the filter formula that Excel comes with. So mind you, I'm using Excel 365 so that we can get some of the formulas that we need to be able to play around with our data. So our data has cells which are on a monthly basis, but these are like mobile cells where the cells are being done in two places at the same time within a month. And we want to be able to filter this out using a formula. So whenever we select a particular month, here I've just used the data validation. So if I choose September, I should be able to then get the cells for September, which are shown here. So I'm just going to change this from Kwekwe to maybe Mutare so that these are different. So no 2 months for my data will have no 1 month will have the same city. They'll always have various cities. So what we're going to do, so first of all, we look at the table. So I've named the table cells data so that it's easier for us to then recognize. Now I'm going to do a filter formula here where if we're going to change, so let me just put this and say this is where my formula is so that you can see easier for this. So I'm going to say equals filter. I get my filter formula, which is asking for the array. And so my array is going to be this particular table, which we've named. Remember, we've named it cells data. So as we're highlighting, it's still showing us the ranges. But once we get to the very end, it then defaults to cells data, which is the name of the table here. Now that it makes it easier for us to be able to read what we have. So from here, we want to filter such that this section from April up to September, which is basically your month in your table. So as we're highlighting, it's showing you data A2 to A19 to your range, but as soon as I get to the end, it defaults to the name of that particular column, which is the month. So we're going to filter to say if our month is equal to the section that we want to choose. If it's equal to September, which is this one, it's going to then give us the data that we want. So I'm just going to close this and press enter. So once you press enter, this is the data that you're now getting. So I'm now getting the data for September for Kwekwe, and then I get these ones that I want. But I might decide that what I want to only see in this case, I only want to see month, city, and mobile cells only within my filter. So just to make it easy, I've just copied the headlines, and then I'm going to paste them here so that it's easy for us to follow. So whenever I change here, so I change to September, if I change to January, our formula then goes and changes and shows us the data for January. If I go here and I select February, it goes again and gives us the data for February. Same thing for May, same thing for June, same thing for October. Now that our formula is done, we want to only select columns 1, 2, 3. So if you go to your data, or if I go to my data here, column 3 is column 1, 2, 3, which is your ABC, which is your month, city, and mobile cells. So I'm going to go back to my formula, which is the filter. And I'm going to use a formula called choose columns. So choose column, basically it's asking for an array, and an array is the one that we have filtered. After having filtered it, it's now asking us which columns we want to choose in terms of from the result that we had from the beginning. So we want 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to close this, press enter, and there we are. We now have those 3 particular columns that we wanted. So if I was going to make this a bit fancy, so maybe let me just change these numbers. I'm going to format them so that they are common denominated, and then just highlight this. I'm going to put a chart based on those particular fields that we've actually done. So I'm going to do insert recommended charts. And once I get my charts going, this is my chart. I'm going to put it here. And there you go. So each time I select a month, my chart is also responding to that. I select my March month, it also selects that. So you can now do all the fancy things that you want with your data. You can change the color, but we all started here from the filter. So we filtered our range, which was our sales data. So remember, our sales data was our array, which is our table name, and then our sales data month, which is the column that we wanted to compare to the validated field, which is this one, which is B2. So, and then we used choose column so that we can select the columns that we want. Right, so that ends our lesson on the filter formula. Do subscribe to our channel for more as we go through Excel in this exciting journey. Ciao.